Welcome. Thank you for joining me, Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, here today. Yay! I'm now live. Thank you for joining me. We are talking about self-love today, which is an amazing one that can make you feel uncomfortable, even on the topic of it, of self-love. What does that mean? What does this actually mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? And self-love is doing things, and we're going to explain what they are today. Like watching me. Clearly, that's a little bit of self-love. So thank you for joining me. I'd love to know where you are in the world, and if you are here watching a replay or if you are here live, would be amazing for me, so I know. Just get this right. Oh my gosh, what is self-love? We're going to do a little bit about this for this month of June, because self-love, I'm finding people are really struggling with. What is self-love? Why am I doing this? What's really going on? What's the bigger picture? And it's actually causing a little bit of, actually we got this right, it's actually causing a little bit of grief for people, which I didn't think it would. So basically, if you're not practicing anything I give you today, if you're not doing anything, you're on a downhill spiral fast. And we know when you're on a downhill spiral because things are not flowing and you seem to be going down and down and down. And the things that used to be easy, become really challenging and stagnant. So this is a great way to really assess yourself on self-love, but also about just how you prioritize yourself and your boundaries for you and for those around you. So it's just really around prioritizing is the biggest part, and just acknowledging yourself for being magnificent the way you are. So got this here. So let me jump on in here of self-love, because there's three questions I'm gonna answer today, and one is, what is self-love and why is it important? So what is self-love and why is it important? So self-love for me is anything that lights you up. And if you've been listening to my videos or watching me for some time or anything, you will know that I talk about glitter bomb. And I talk about a glitter bomb yourself. Anything that lights you up, anything when you glitter bomb yourself and you're just lit up doing a task, doing something for someone else, doing something for yourself, whatever it is, anything that makes you smile is part of the glitter bomb. So self-love are those things that make you smile. Glitter bomb yourself. And so when I talk about these things, they can be anything from nourishment. My mum was here recently, and she's a big firm believer on water bottles, and she is filling that water bottle all the time, drinking. And I used to, but I haven't done it for a while, so I'm conscious of that. And in my office, it's good to see it's got a little lippy on it. In my office, I have a water bottle. In my car, I have a water bottle, and in my home, wherever I'm going. So at the moment, I've actually got 3 water bottles on the go. I don't know if that's a healthy thing. Don't know it is or not, but I'm still replenishing my water bottles, and I'm drinking a lot more water, I'm finding now, of being in a water bottle than out of a glass. Now on my desk I usually have a glass of water, which is great, but I'm drinking quite a lot more, I'm noticing, by having a water bottle, because it's easy. So I'm going for easy, and self-love is easy when you love yourself for what you do and what you don't do. So when I talk about nourishment, I'm talking about anything. So it could be your water goes in your mouth, or what comes out your mouth also. It could also be the fresh air, and I look outside and we have a few storms here in New Zealand, but it could be fresh air, whatever your nourishment is. So just be aware of what those things are that light you up, and do more of it, more of those. It could be exercise. I know my partner's a great exerciser, and if she's not exercising, she does get a little bit cranky. I notice that. So it's her glitter bombing of herself of doing her exercise. So what are those things that are part of your self-love? I go to a hairdresser every Friday morning. Thank you to my hairdresser. the Copper Room. Thank you very much for doing my hair this morning. And this morning she put a hot towel on my head. And I was like, oh, this is divine. And I literally just shut my eyes for a moment and just appreciated it. And I've never had a hot towel on my head. I don't know. I didn't ask her why, but I went, oh, this is just a form of self-love. And we smiled at it. And I said, guess what I'm talking about today? Self-love. So it's just those little things that make you feel, oh, divine. Somebody else can do them, or you can do them. I'm a firm believer on anything on my lips. Well, actually, not anything on my lips, it's like to say. So, you know, there's Elizabeth Arden number 8 I also use a Juvenate lip. Also lipstick. Just anything, because it feels really lights me up with that. So just be aware what yours are. Now, you may not like lippy. You may not like anything on your lips. You may or may not. I don't know. But find out what lights you up. So I'm going to give you some ideas, clearly, but they... And my mother-in-law, she loves books. And so she's a real want to read the books. And so that's something that lights her up. So what is it that lights you up? What are those things that light you up? It could be talking to a friend. It could absolutely be talking to a friend. But when you're talking to a friend, you must ensure you're not going to be dealt with, let's move that down there, you're not going to be dealt with a leech. And you know those leeches, those friends that come along and they asked you for information or they asked you for whatever, they didn't do anything about it. You might be a coach and they asked you for lots of information and then not do anything about it and sit in their own space. So be careful of the leeches. If you're connecting with a friend, make sure there's fair exchange between you. So it's wise to do the glitter bomb. Anything that lights you up. For me, one of the things I love is, you know, at the moment, your environment is really important. So at the moment, behind the scenes, behind this computer, there's quite a few boxes. And I'm waiting on my furniture to come from my new office so that I can then get the boxes unpacked. You'll know when it's happened because there'll be a different background. You'll know when the furniture happens because there'll be a different background. But these are the things that light me up. So while I'm doing that, I'm listening to a podcast. Moira, my podcast buddy, and I have this great one called Deliciously Motivated Mindset. If you haven't listened to it, jump on in. It goes for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and we... Deliciously Motivated Mindset. It gives you that little thing. So jump in and listen to those things that light you up. It's going to give you some tips. So what are those things that light you up? What is that self-love that... and put them in the comments if you can. That'll be great. So the other thing is, how do you practice self-love? And how do you practice self-love and build that loving relationship with yourself? Now, I know I talked about a few things that we do. The key importance, I am a firm believer on notes on my phone, calendars. So I'm a firm believer on scheduling time, scheduling time and putting it in your diary and sticking to it. So when someone says, can I talk to you at 2 o'clock? And you've got you time in your diary at 2 o'clock, no, they can't come in at that 2 o'clock slot because that's you time. What you're saying to yourself is, I'm incredibly important. Yes, I'm more important than my client who pays for me. Yes, I'm more important than my daughter who wants to talk to me because I am important. And so it's really important to be confident in that you time. Schedule that time in your diary and leave it there. Because if you allow other people to come in, these are your boundaries. These are going to cross your boundaries, and what you're saying is other people are more important than you. So schedule that time and get that time done that works for you and it works for you. The other important thing is, if you have people around, you must tell them your time frames. 2 and 3 today, or I'm unavailable between 2 and 3. It's really important to schedule that time and stick to it, but also people who you know are going to want some of your time. One of the other things is, you must acknowledge yourself for what you've done and not done. When I talk about self-love, so acknowledge yourself of what you've done and not done. And when I say, oh, I got this done today, yay, I got that done. Oh, I didn't get that done, yay, I didn't get that done. So you must celebrate those things that you did and didn't do. And to do that is gratitude. Gratitude. Be grateful for what you did. Be grateful for what you haven't done. These are important things that are going on for you. You must ensure that there is gratitude. Gratitude just sprinkles all that glitter bomb all over yourself. When we think about how do you practice self-love, the one that comes up so often that people are common is no. We don't say no enough. We don't say no enough. Do you say no to people? Even just saying that makes me go, when was the last time I said no to somebody? I say no often. Absolutely, I do. But there's times that I do something because it's easy or quick and it comes back and burns me on the bum. I'm like, damn. So say no lots of times. No, this is not working for me. No, I can't do this. If it doesn't work for you, clearly you're not going to say no if it lights you up. So be aware of those things. Anything that you don't glitter bomb yourself over, anything that doesn't light you up, beep, 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 back yourself away. Get out of it. Get out of it, because it's not that important as what you think it is. So one of the questions I was asked to address was, how do you love yourself? Who is it? How do you love yourself even on the most difficult days? How do you love yourself even on the most difficult days? And it's when you hit self-doubts, rejections, and insecurities. And you're like, oh, yeah, I know that one. I know those ones. Oh, yuck, that's a hairy one. Oh, hey, Karen. Thanks for joining me in sunny Dunedin, I'm going to say, because it won't be sunny. It's probably going to be snow there. But definitely when you have snow days like that, I don't go outside. That's a glitter bomb myself. I stay inside. I appreciate that it's outside nourishing the universe that way. I stay inside where I'm warm and dry. Anyway, jumping back, how do you love yourself even on those difficult days? So you must label it self-love. I say self-love, self-love, self-love. So when you're having an ick day, you know, my daughter is 21 now. Actually, she's nearly 22 now. And so they had mental health days at school. We used to call them sick days at school, but you actually had to be sick with my parents. But there was mental health days at school, and the girls could have mental health days, and they are a great thing, and I encourage that for people. Let's label it a self-love day. You can label it a mental health day if you want. Whatever you want to label it, doesn't really matter, as long as you label it something. This is a self-love day. I'm going to go stay in bed till 10 o'clock, or I'm going to do this, or I'm just going to eat junk today, or I'm just going to eat all vegetables because this is what I'm craving. Whatever it is, label it a self-love day, and it doesn't have to be a full day. Label it a self-love morning, whatever it is. You can definitely have those mental health days, self-love days. You can definitely have those depending on your workload and if time frames can shift, but you must do what lights you up. If your self-love morning consists of staying in bed till 10 o'clock, then stay in bed till 10 o'clock. Obviously, if everything works outside that bed space, if that's what you need to do to give yourself that glitter bomb, if I just have to shut my eyes and stay here a little bit longer, so be it. If your body's craving that, you must listen to your body. You must honor your body. This is all part of your self-love, honoring your body. So once you label it, and I really encourage you to label it, once you label it something, you're acknowledging it, and then you can move on. Once you go, oh, I'm just having a self-love day today, or I'm just having a self-love morning. Okay, so you're labeling it. Oh, it's a self-love day. I'm acknowledging it. I'm going to have this. And then you move on. So the labeling, as soon as you label things, there's an ease in your mind. It's like you go to the doctor and you say to the doctor, I've had these symptoms for 5 years, blah, 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 blah. You get to the doctor and the doctor goes, oh, I know what that is. It's A, B, C, D. And you're like, oh, wow, that makes so much sense. But for 5 years, they've been seeing specialists and no one could label it. Once it's labeled, you can deal with it in your mind. And there's just a little ease in our mind to slow us down and go, oh, that's what it is. So label it self-love. I'm a really firm believer on labeling it self-love. The other thing is, I know before I talked a little bit about gratitude, this is a great one of how do you love yourself. Acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge yourself for what you've done and what you've not done. And if you've done whoopsies, acknowledge it and go, yeah, I did do that. Yeah, I did lie to that person. Yes, I did eat junk yesterday. Yes, I did this. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I did. Because you can't deny it if you've done it. So, yes, you've done it. Okay, I'm labeling it. And be grateful for doing whatever it is. Be grateful for what it is. Because when you're sitting in gratitude, you have a different sense in your heart, a different sense in your mind, and your energy is very different when you're sitting in gratitude. So it's okay to give yourself permission from you. Because often we need to have someone else tell us, yes, you can take time off today, or yes, you can go have that drink of water, or yes, you can go do this. Yes, that's okay. You can have all those things. But at the end of the day, this is actually about you. So it's important for you to give you that permission and not have it from outside sources that come to you. So it's you time, whatever you time is. You know, for me, today I've got a couple of things. I'm going to the beautician. I'm going to do a couple of other things today, and I'm going to do some content, And this is me. These are the things that light me up that I'm doing today. On the way to drive to my appointment this morning, I'm going to be listening to one of my podcasts. I mentioned it earlier, Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Debz and Moira. They're little grams. I'm going to listen to my podcast on the way in and check out what's the best one to listen to and give myself a little reminder and tips. I'm not going to watch my videos, but whatever it is for you is that glitter bomb and that stuff that lights you up. I'm a great one for self-love. I'm a great one. If you'd like to talk to me, I will absolutely put my booking a time slot in the comments there for you to have a look at. And please reach out to me if you're struggling with self-love. But do something that lights you up. What is it that lights you up? What is it that gives you that smile? What is it that makes you go, oh, I'm going to jump out of bed and I'm going to do this? What is that stuff? I'd love to know in the comments what they are. I would love to know what you liked about today and what you didn't like. But apart from that, that's me, over and out. We have a grotty day outside. And I say it's grotty because it's dark and it's cold and a little bit of this. But it's okay because the garden's being refreshed. And I only have to go from inside the house to outside the house to the car. And I'm dry all day. So I'm totally okay with that. And today I'm going to see a lady about a little bit of therapy on my foot because I'm having some stuff with that. And that's all part of my self-love. It's all part of my self-love because my body is really important to me. So that is Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, signing off. Thank you very much. I would love to know what you thought of today. That would be amazing. Thank you. That's Debz Cooper signing off, over and out. See ya. Off to self-love. Bye.